especially for women, if we are the ones who are kind of giving more of the child care or at home more, there's often that feel for us that our personal goals sometimes have to be put on the back burner for family goals a little bit, right?
Right.
So how does that work in your house or your experience as you've worked through how these can come together and how that works for you?
You know, something that I do that I've been doing actually since the EVO conference last year. I went to a journaling thing with Karen Walrand. I started keeping a journal, and can I show you real quick?
Of course, show us.
So in my journal, I have a home section, a work section, a myself section, and a volunteer section. So that at first it was hard to make a section for me, but the whole reason that I'm able to even get to this task is because it's part of the myself section. And so sometimes the home section is more child heavy, sometimes it's more chore heavy. So it kind of crosses over there. But it reflects different aspects of my life. And a lot of times the volunteer is a lot of kid stuff. But as far as for me, that's a big goal for me, is to have my journaling time where I make this is my to-do list, but it also helps me filter the day and sometimes filter the week, and then which helps me help the kids and even, the entire family as far as what's our goal just for the week, something that we haven't formally set up, but maybe I make a post-it for the kids so that they're able to, direct. Because I had a chore chart for a while for them, and that really helps, but I found that it's hard for me to keep printing it out. So, sometimes we just get the list going and they're able to check it off. But as far as for me as kind of the cruise director of the home,
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. This little thing I do almost every day. It kind of depends on the day, but I make my list and I write a couple of pages of just my brain just to empty it out, and then I'm able just to kind of look at it. And so when I start getting overwhelmed by what's going on, and you know how you have so much to do you don't know where to go?
Right, you don't know where to start.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'll look at my book. I'm like, oh, there's one little thing that I can just sit down and do, and sometimes that will help me just kind of dig in and go. But I find having it in these separate sections helps me make sure that each spot gets hit. Sure. Most days. Sometimes I don't get all the water. I'm really bad about getting all my. I have to write it down.
All your water. So yeah. I would assume then that your family goals, if they've been set, are probably in the back of your mind as you write down. As you journal, right? So those personal probably help not only you, but help you fulfill those family goals or contribute to them.
Right. Like on my journal pages, not my to-do list, is where I kind of meet the day with, I'm thinking about this kid and this, this issue or these things that we need to do, and sometimes that shifts over to the actual list, and it opens up conversation. Something that Paul and I do a lot are dinners. We just end up, somehow our schedule works out and we're able to have family dinners a lot. And I find that that's where a lot of our, we don't have necessarily formal family meetings, but we do talk a lot about this sort of thing. And what was great about today? What do we need to talk about now to take on tomorrow? And a lot of that kind of stuff. And I found the kids just really, it's very empowering for them to feel like they have a voice in where we're going.